Hi guys, Dave from Erie Arachnid here. Light hat gives a shadow. I wear a hat all the time. I was a baseball player. I just wear a hat all the time. So the following video, what you're going to see in this video coming up, is a handful of feedings. Male and female pair. One that's molted recently. I really didn't expect to eat, and he did. Couple that I thought would eat and they didn't. A couple that I actually tongue fed. I hope that the actual video came out, because again, I didn't watch it. I just videotape, and then if the clip itself doesn't work for me, I just get rid of the whole clip. But I don't edit the clips down. I don't have the time for that, to be honest with you. And I think that part of me being, I just want you guys to see what I see. And you'll see exactly what happens while I'm feeding. Crickets jumping out. I just had to wrangle two of them up. It's one of my wife hates crickets running around, so does my son. My daughter will just grab them and bring them in here, but they just yell for me, or they trap them with something, and then I have to go catch them. You'll also see the Asian forest scorpion, at least one of them, the big one, the monster one. And the snapping turtle will be towards the end of the video. You'll see him fail at an attempt to catch a minnow. He's been failing since I put them in there. He's probably 0 for about 20. I think he got kind of spoiled with the earthworms that I feed him, because I kind of just hold him and dangle him in there, and then he just comes up and grabs them. So he doesn't really have to hunt them. Although one time I dropped one because it kind of slinked out of my hand and he did catch it. But yeah, so you'll see that, and you'll notice, maybe you can see, I don't know, maybe you can't. The shelves are a little bare over there. You can see. So most of the arboreals, all that stuff that I said was going out, has now been mailed out. It went out today. So that really, I think 7 spiders went out. The 2 Poecilotheria, the Smithy and the Tigranocelli, 3 Avix, the pair of the Morph Type 6 and the Rufa. That's 5. The Selmopaeus cambridgei and a small Brachypelma albiceps and the Brachypelma emilia. So that's 8 spiders left today. And this was all part of trades that I did before for the Sabulosum, the Augustophilus zendami, the Ceratogopus lividus, and there was another one. I don't remember what. No, just those 3. Yeah, because the lividus came in by itself and the other 2 came together. So it was partial sale, partial trade. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy what's coming up. I just wanted to real quick mention a few channels that I've watched a few of their stuff before, but I've started to watch a little bit more. And of course, these are people that are joining our Tarantula group on Facebook. So we're getting to see some other people that we haven't seen before, which is nice, because it broadens what you can watch, and you can see how people throughout the world do things differently. Again, how they keep, what substrates they use, how they do their hides, everything that goes along with it. So the tag video's going along well. The last one to do it was Tattoo Highway Wes. He was tagged by Trey Beck, and he tagged Mike Farless from KC Tarantula, so that's going to be a fun time. I'm kind of curious to see what Mike does with it, because he is very cinematic. He's a good character, and I'm sure that there'll be some flair to his video. And Mini Zoo Tubes is going to be coming up too. They were tagged by April, so hopefully they'll have their video up sometime soon. So now that we have 2 going, again, it's gonna branch that out and get it done a little bit quicker. But go check out a few channels for me. Reptile Nexus, Edward Tyndale. I'm sure a lot of you guys watch Edward's channel. Carolina Tarantulas, that's spelled with a K. I think that I want to say she's from Scotland. I really do. The accent, I believe, is Scotland, but it could be something else, in that area. Denmark or Holland or something like that. I'm not good at narrowing down the exact dialect and the exact accent. I just like listening to them. Being an American, I really love listening to the UK people do their videos. I love listening to the way that they, different words that they use, and I've learned a lot on the groups. Some words like dumpty or numpty. Yeah, numpty. That's one of my favorite words now, numpty. You can imagine what that is. So, yeah, again, I hope you guys enjoy everything, and stay tuned for some good clips, and hopefully, again, everything panned out okay, because, again, I don't edit. I only remove clips. I don't edit clips at all. It's just straight what you see is what I see. And again, we're going to do a voiceover video real soon. I'm going to attempt that. We're actually going to do it in my daughter's iMovie. So we'll film with her phone and do it in her iMovie. So I have not had success trying to do it on mine for some reason. When I get to the point where I do the voiceover, I did the video, I did the voiceover, and then I listened to it, and all I see is nothing. I hear the video's there, and I see the movement of the spiders, the eating of the spiders, but there's no voice. So I don't know what I did wrong. But again, it's a work in progress. For someone of my age that really hasn't done technological stuff like this, hasn't had a necessity to, you don't really learn it. So a lot of this is all learning curve for me. So again, hope you guys enjoy this, and we'll see everybody soon. Okay, well, let's start this video off with the Brachypelma cyanaeopubescens. This is Chindi, the suspected female, the smallest of the three that I have. You can see her abdomen is starting to get plump, so I'm hoping this cricket will get her to a molt. We'll find out if she's interested to eat this cricket or not. I'm definitely going to say yes, she is. She's usually pretty skittish. But this time, taking the lid off, she actually just stayed still. I don't want to have you guys miss the attack, but I also don't want to intervene too much. I'm pretty sure that cricket knows its doom. There we go. Excellent. Okay, so that's Chindi. We're probably going to, I don't want to say exactly how many that are going to be fed, but there's going to be at least a dozen, if not more. So let's move on. Okay, well, this is Helena. This is the hopefully gravid Cereocosmus aurea, or ori. We'll see if she might be interested in a cricket. Yes, she is. I have to go over her records, but I know when she was bred the last time, it took about 45 days or so for her to, I'm trying to make it rain in here so she may start thinking that it's I really get it wet. Time to drop the egg sac. She has gotten larger. Her abdomen has grown up. So instead of like elongating, it's actually growing high. And that's usually a sign of gravid females. Now they will get wider and they do get longer. But it seemed like when I noticed her before the last time, I thought she was gravid, and the Phonopelma chalcodes, who I believe is gravid, has gotten bigger high. So, or their abdomens gained height instead of length and width. So, okay, well that's her. Let's move on. Okay, so next up is the Pamphobeteus pedersii. This is the male. Man, they're just absolutely something. The hairs go everywhere on the abdomen. Beautiful, beautiful reddish hairs on the legs. And the carapace is pretty much black. Really can't tell because he's usually scrunched up like this. But we'll see if he's willing to take a cricket. Maybe we'll be able to get a full view of him. Yes. See how quick the move back? Just a stunning, stunning spider. You see his abdomen's up in the air, so he's still protecting his area. But he did take the cricket real well. Let me see if I can get you guys a straight on shot of him. That's what they look like. These are called the black fire. I have a male and I have a female. Trying to get this female to get into pre-molt again so I can get her out of this enclosure into the next size up for her. Again, we're trying to get her to mature quicker than him. So he is fed once to every 2 to 3 times I try feeding her. I am not power feeding her, but I am feeding her a little bit more frequently than I do other tarantulas, only because they are really close to the same size, and we definitely want to make sure that we get her mature before we get him mature, because if he matures before she does, then the pair is actually kind of useless, and I would have to send him off someplace else to breed. So that's who we're going to feed next, is the female. Hopefully she will eat Pamphobeteus pedersii, the black fire. Okay, so here's the female. Now you could see the difference. How dull she's looking. Her abdomen is starting to get longer. I'm going to go ahead and try and feed her. If she doesn't eat, then I know that she's getting ready to get into pre-molt. They are very easy to tell because when she was in pre-molt last time, she was as stretched as an olive and very, very, very black. She didn't molt out very pretty, and not like he did. I think his colors are a little bit more sharp than hers are. Let's see if she... Oh, goodness, yes. Good. You keep eating, dear. Keep eating. You could see the carapace patterning on her. Again, this wasn't a species that I really knew much about, and I inquired about them to Tanya, if you're not tarantulas. She was telling me about them, and she's like, oh, I've done so much stuff with her. She's like, I want you to have a pair of these. I really want you to have a pair so you can try breeding them. And I kind of and then okay, I'll do it. And then I was worried, and finally I just said, okay, let's just do it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And they have been bred here in the United States before, of course. I think these ones and the ones that Palp Friction have possibly might have come from the same place, if they actually came from here and not an actual import, because they both do imports, Palp Friction and Fear Not Tarantula. So they could have been an import too from a European breeding. So if they haven't been bred here before, which I'm sure they have, it would be kind of cool to be the first one to do it, but it's not likely that is the case. You can see her abdomen is really starting to begin to darken. It's not completely dark like it was before. They do have a darker abdomen underneath to begin with, but she's still eating, so that's good. And she's still moving. She's very pretty. I can't wait till these guys get bigger. These are, you're probably looking at 7-inch spiders here. Nice, thick, heavy bodied, but a little bit more thin. The legs will be spindlier, like I said before. I think you guys know I've talked about this before. This species here in the hobby, the people that really deal with them call them Pamphobeteus CF pedersii because there was nothing to compare them to. But what everybody believes, and the paper that I did see, is that this species does belong most likely in the Brachypelma genus. So I'll continue to mention that every time I deal with these, so you guys know. We'll have to get her water dish cleaned out, filled back up for her. Okay, so that was the Pamphobeteus pedersii, the black fire, male and female. Okay, here is the most likely male Brachypelma emilia. Look at that thing. I remember when I first got this little guy as a little sling. It was about 3/4 of an inch. Man, I was so ecstatic. I mean, I got the other one first, the sable. Sable actually molted. If you guys remember when I showed you guys this guy, I said they generally molt within a week and a half of each other. It was about 2.5 weeks after this one molted, sable molted. So sable's also looking like this, except for smaller. And the molt looks female. So I'm super stoked. I'm still calling it suspected female right now because I could have been seeing the male accessory organs, but based on the spacing, it looks more like female spermathecae, but the spider is still small. So next molt should really tell. This guy hasn't eaten yet, so we're going to try. Not sure if he will or not, but I'm kind of hoping he will. Brachypelma sometimes take their time after they molt before they eat. Nope, not that time. We're going to eat right now. This is, again, if you guys watch the tarantula tag video, this species is my favorite Brachypelma species. Out of all the Brachypelmas that I have, if I were to breed a Brachypelma, it would be the Amelias. I don't think that by the time that the ones that I have get to the point where I can breed them, I'll probably be too old to do that. So, okay, Brachypelma Amelia. Okay, everybody, here she is. The channel favorite. I should make her the mascot, actually, but I'd like to get, I do have a really good picture of her, and I'd like to figure out how I can maybe make that into, I guess, what do you want to call it, the logo? If I could figure out how to do that into some kind of, I don't even know, some kind of computer graphics with the eerie arachnids thing on there. If anybody is interested in doing that, if they have some spare time and they want to do that, what I'll do is this summer, if I get the breedings that I'm supposed to get done with my males, the chromatus, the Carabina versicolor, and the Dolichothele diamentinensis. If somebody wants to take on designing a logo for my site or my channel, I could send you some pictures, or we could hash around some ideas. What I'll do is I will send you one of each of those pairings if they're successful on me. So I will pay the shipping and send you at least one of each of whatever I get through the breedings in July. Hopefully by July everything will be here, set, and ready to go. So if anybody's interested in that, give me a holler. I'd prefer that you look me up on Facebook and send me a message. It'll be easier for me that way. You could send me a private message. So I'll have to link my name down below so that you guys actually know who to look for on Facebook. Most of you guys are already my friends and know that what's going on. But I'm going to give Kat the first opportunity because she's the one that made my intro video. And I also want to do an outro video with some stills that I'm sure she would be more than happy to do too. So if she's willing to do this, I'll send her a message. If she's willing to do this, then, that's what we'll do. But I will be doing giveaways later on in the year with some of these things because, again, if I get what I expect to get, I'm going to have tons of little babies that I'm going to need to get rid of. So, look forward to that. But, if anybody is interested in that, just shoot me a message anyway, and, we can talk. Kat may be busy and not be able to do it. But, okay, so let's try and feed Cheeto. See how she does here. Give her 2 medium-sized crickets. Come on, girl. Nail that baby. There you go. Man, I love this spider. How can you not? I mean, how can you not? Even if it had a different name, how can you not love this spider? I mean, Cheeto is a pretty good name, and I have to admit that I didn't come up with it on my own. Someone else on the group had named their spider Cheeto. I don't remember what it was. And I said, oh, it's a pretty cool name. And I asked if I can use it. And they said, oh, yeah, no, go ahead. I mean, it's not like I own the name. And it fits perfectly with this spider because it really looks like a Cheeto. So I did get a picture of Cheddar, which is the smaller one, Orphanacus philippinus. I know that Mike lost his from KC Tarantulas this past winter. You have to get another one, Mike. You really do. They're such great spiders, and I'm sure he knows that he had one. Sometimes when you have spiders and then they pass away and you don't know why, you're kind of hesitant sometimes to want to get them again. It's me with Tapenicinius. I just am... Every single one that I had died, and I don't want to risk another spider's life because apparently there was something with Tapenicinius that I was completely missing. Again, even though I kept them exactly like Avicularia, I've tried spraying them down a little bit more, keep them a little bit more, keep them more dry. It didn't make a difference. For some odd reason, Tappies just didn't work for me. So I hope he gives them another chance, and I know you guys want to just watch her. I could watch her all day. All right, well, let's go on to the next one before we spend 10 minutes staring at Cheeto. Okay, well, I decided to throw this guy in here. We're not going to feed him. This is my Brachypelma bomi. If you remember in the Tarantula tag video, this is the one that I introduced without a name. I asked people for suggestions, and there were many great suggestions. There were some I really liked, and I may use for other spiders, because I still have some that aren't named yet. But when I tagged Dave Scott, he also introduced his Brachypelma bomi, whichever you want to say, and his is named Marilyn, and his is a confirmed female. So he thought that it would be a good idea, or kind of cool, to name mine Moore, so that we have Marilyn and Moore. So what I decided to do, instead of just using the name Moore, we're going to use a male and a female name that have Moore in it. So if it turns out female, we're going to name her Mora. And if it turns out male, we're going to name him Morton. So we'll have Moore in the name, and it's kind of a tribute to Marilyn. I think it's cool. I think she'll get a kick out of it. And, what better person to honor in the hobby than someone that is just so passionate and loving and caring and happy all the time about her collection, her spiders, her son, her husband, everything. She is just a ball of fun, and it is just an honor to do that for her. So yeah, Marilyn, if you watch this, I know that she's got a million videos that she tries to watch. It's so hard to catch up with everybody because you try to watch everybody's videos, but it just gets to be more difficult and more difficult. So when you do watch this, Marilyn, you're either going to look at Mora or Morton on the next molt, and I will be sure to update you guys when it does molt, and I expect it to be within the next, few weeks, hopefully. I did try to feed it because I wanted to test to see if he was still eating, and she did the defensive strike or lunge at the cricket, and then backed off, which tells me that it's not hungry. It's ready to get close to molting. We filled up the water dish, and hopefully soon we will have a molted Brachypelma bomi, and we'll be able to know what it is. This is an update also. This is the Brachypelma Schroderi. This one has decided to dig a serious burrow, so I'm hoping that means something good. It didn't look pre-molt last time when I fed it. Wasn't really dark, but it has been picky so far since I've had it as far as eating. It's eaten probably 3 times, maybe 4. And it's eaten every time that I tried, so it's not like it's refused food, but it never burrowed before. So hopefully this is a good sign. If you look down inside that, you really can't, you guys can't tell, but it goes all the way down to the back side, and then it takes a right. So the spider is somewhere over in here down below. So I just wanted to throw that in as an update, and we'll grab somebody else to feed. Okay, this is another one that I have yet to see eat. It's molted once. This is a Neoholopelli ince, probably around 1.5 inches in that area. Maybe a tad bit less, but I think it's about 1.5 inches, and I'm kind of leaning more towards the female end, but I've seen it out a couple times. I've taken some pictures, but again, I've never witnessed this guy eat, or this gal, either one, whichever one you want to. Hopefully it's a gal. It's got two entrances to the burrow. One's right there by the cricket, and the other one's right there at your bottom left on the corner, and that's where the back legs of the spider is right now. These are a great species, and I have the communal. Again, I fed the communal yesterday because I try to keep up on those ones. I can only see 3 out of the 4 in there, all alive and well. But the 4th one could be burrowed under the water dish or be, underneath one of the plants. I just couldn't see it. So they seem to be so far prospering, but you really have to keep up on the feeding of those. Make sure that there's prey available to them. I didn't see any one of the 3 try eating. Well, the 3 that I could see yesterday. I didn't see any of them attempt to feed yesterday. So I'm not really quite sure if they did or they didn't, but and this is another one that just doesn't want to come out. I've caught it outside its burrow once, maybe twice. I did get a picture of it the other day, I believe. But it's a very, very skittish species. A lot more, this guy, well, I mean, it's a skittish species to begin with, but this one's a lot more flighty than my big female. Oh, there we go. There are some leggage. There is hope for us. Come on. I know you want to eat it. Come on. Just come and eat it. I don't even care if you just grab it. It's right there, buddy. Just come and get it. Do what Jack in the Box for us. I don't care. I just want to see him eat. Now the cricket's not moving. We're going to get him come out. Maybe we could, look how they play dead. Maybe we could get him to feed this way. Yep. Apparently I have to hand feed the guy. I don't know if you guys caught that because I'm sure that the tweezers were in your way. But at least we got him fed, and we'll try another couple. Here is the female Ceratojarus darlingi. Hopefully she'll come out. She feels the... I just don't want those crickets to go that way. Don't go down there. Don't go down there. You gotta make the spider work. So she's done some more digging. If you recall, you can see the left entrance and then the right entrance. That used to be just a U. Well, from that right entrance going back into the enclosure, she has dug another tunnel. And that's actually where she is at the present moment. She likes to come out at night and wander around. Again, she is a spider that does like water, believe it or not, for being a baboon arid species type of tarantula. She's coming. She's coming up the right hand side here. Nope, that was quick, huh? Damn it. I wanted her to come up top. Oh well. Okay, Ceratojarus darlingi, one of my favorite spiders in my collection. Let's see what else we got. 3 left to attempt here. This is the Ornithoctinae species louse. Hopefully this one will actually want to come up and eat. This one has not been filmed on camera yet. I'm hoping that she'll come up top so we can see her versus... She's coming out. Oh goodness, oh goodness. Just moved her. She's interested in this cricket right there. Okay, everything's still again, dear. Go with Ephebopus murinus is coming. There she comes. When I first saw this spider, this was one of those, there were absolutely no way that I wasn't getting one. And this was part of a trade for my mature male GBB. I had to have one of these. They have exceptional colors. They will act like a old world GBB. So they will climb, they will web, and they will grab prey and run with it. This one's got that web tunnel there. It's webbed throughout the whole entire enclosure. It's just a fascinating spider. And one of my favorites. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, we're going to try the Ephebopus. Now, there's no common name to this one that I know of. It's something prison del something. I'm not really quite sure, but I'm sure that's the area in Laos that they're found. So I don't think it has an actual common name. Okay, we're going to move on to the next. Okay, this is one of the 2 Chilobrachys discaluses that I own, or the Vietnam Blue. I believe that's what they are called. We'll see. This one has been rather rambunctious since I got it. Ate once on the first attempt at feeding. We'll see what it does on this one. Its home is on the top of your screen. It's got a dugout area from the right to the left, and you can see the webbing that it's made with a couple different entrances. It usually comes out from the left-hand side there on the top of your screen. We'll see what happens if this cricket moves around a little bit. And there we go. They are a very brown spider as slings, and they blew out as they get older. I've never seen one, an adult in person, or even a juvenile for that matter. I've only seen the 2 that I have, so. Okay, we got one more, and we're going to end it with the small Ephebopus murinus sling. I believe this is one that's going to get rehoused. I just love this next genus, the whole entire genus. Okay, here is the Ephebopus murinus. There's a cricket in there, walking around. It was out, and now, again, very, 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 generally very vibration-sensitive species. I have found this one, this species, the murinus, or the skeleton leg, the cyanonathus, the blue fang, are extremely vibration-sensitive, where my rufusins, you could probably throw a tennis ball at the enclosure and bounce it back and forth, and he doesn't really move. It's kind of odd how they act that way. But this one was out moving it over until I put it in front of the camera. And then it darted back into its burrow there on the left-hand side there, about the 11 o'clock mark there. That's the entrance to its burrow, and it just goes back. This spider is definitely a candidate for a rehouse. I just have to decide if I want to go ahead and put it into the longer enclosure and see what it does. I think that's really what I want to do. Instead of just putting it into a softball enclosure, I will put it into basically it's 2 softball enclosures, so it'd be 2 long, same height. And just give it a bunch of stuff and see what it does. This is a spider. It's actually not. If you house or try to rehouse spiders, you try catching them the right way. They're actually not that bad to do. I got some minnows for my snapping turtle, and he's been chasing them around all morning long. Every time he comes to one side to hunt them, they swim to the other side. I think he's getting frustrated. I got 5, and there's 4 left, so he did catch one, but they're not very big. They're the rosy red minnows. I was told not to feed them comets anymore because of something in them, to feed them the minnows, and that's what I did. And I've been feeding him earthworms, which he just absolutely loves. So you know what, since this guy's not doing anything, I'll take you over there to the turtle, and we could take a look at him and see what he's up to, and we'll end the video there. Okay, so there's Bowser. Common American snapping turtle, or just common snapping turtle, I guess. I'm not really sure. I don't think the American is supposed to go on there, just a common snapping turtle. I just am amazed at the colors that are on this turtle's head. Because I've seen you. Come here, little minnow. Please come here, little minnow. Stay still, little minnow. I don't know if that's actually how he talks, but oh, poor guy. He screwed you right over. Yeah, I know. You're looking at me with that frustrated look like, why don't you just give me the damn worm? It's a lot easier, huh? With the worm, I just hold the worm for him and then let it dangle in the water, and he just grabs a hold of it and yanks it down. But I wanted to give, I'd like to give him something different every now and then. So we went with the fish, which are now all the way over on the other side by the filter. I put the dock back in here and took it back out because all he does is bulldoze it all over the place. He just moves it, bangs it against the sides. It's like he hates the damn thing. So, my wife said she took it out before for the same reason, and he would, of course, bang it into the filter and then disconnect the filter. So I said, okay, well, we're going to take it back out because I'm tired of listening to it at night. It's bad enough listening to these scorpions clank around. And I'll show you what they're up to. Again, 2 of these are going to Peyton's tarantulas, only because she's local to me. I can drive them to a place and meet her to give them to her. I don't have to worry about shipping them out. And I did take these from the lady just, again, to help her out. Not that I really wanted them, because we had the 2 Asian forest scorpions, and that's all I really wanted. But these two are huge. When I put them in there, they were fine. They've really started to dig and burrow a lot more. I'm not even sure how far their tunnel goes down, but so we're getting some air. Air. Need some air. Okay, so let me show you them real quick, and then we'll end. I won't pause or anything. I'll just kind of bring you guys up here, and this one hates the light. This is the biggest one. He's a monster. He's good 5.5, 6 inches. He or she. You can see he dug us all out. The other two scorpions never really dug. The 2 that we had in here originally. They would just kind of hide under leaves, or they would hide underneath the water dish. That's what their favorite spots were. Since I put this half log in here, when I put these guys in there to give them something to use as a hide and burrow, the other 3 are in there. This one's now, I believe, has been banished from the Big Brother house inside there. You can see down. It's hard to see because we used to use regular water when we were spraying. Again, I wanted to clean this all off, but if you use distilled water, you don't get this film on there. So yeah, that's where the other 3 are. And their burrow, this mound of dirt in this area here, this was all nice and level and straight, and they moved all the dirt to the back side back there, and then all through in here. So, okay, well, that's it for these guys. That's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see everybody real soon. You know, please like, share, subscribe, comment, tell me how crappy I'm doing or how great I'm doing. I don't really care one way or another. I do like the interaction and the feedback from everybody. And, you know, a lot of the YouTubers are making a lot more videos since we started this group. I've noticed an increase in videos a lot, believe it or not. And best wishes, Boxing Boa. I know he's going through some struggles right now. Keep your chin up, brother, and hang in there. We're all here for you. And, you know, if you ever need to talk, send me a message. My ears are always open, and I'm more than happy to chat with you to help you. If you just need somebody to bounce some ideas off of, or just kind of focus. I know that he struggles with some anxiety, and I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. And he still tries to remain very positive through it all. So he's an inspiration for a lot of people. I know that. And I know he's really, really battling right now. So, okay. Well, that's it for me. And again, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and we'll see you all soon.